In the bustling chaos of Chicago's O'Hare International Airport, where weary travelers dragged suitcases like anchors and announcements echoed like distant thunder, a middle-aged woman named Clara sat alone on a hard plastic bench, her fingers trembling as she clutched a faded photograph. The image showed two young girls, arms linked, laughing under a summer sky in a small Illinois town, their faces alight with the unbreakable bond of childhood friendship. Clara's eyes welled with tears as she stared at it, the weight of 30 years pressing down, years filled with unspoken regrets and a friendship lost to time's relentless march. Little did she know, this very moment would spark a chain of kindness that would bridge the chasm of decades, proving that even in the most impersonal places, human hearts could find their way back to each other. Clara had flown in from Seattle that morning, her heart heavy with the news that had uprooted her life. Her husband of 25 years had passed suddenly from a heart attack, leaving her to navigate a world that felt suddenly vast and empty. She was en route to her hometown of Peoria to settle affairs, but a delayed connection had stranded her here, amplifying her isolation. The airport's fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, and the constant shuffle of feet around her only deepened her sense of invisibility. She wiped her eyes, tucking the photo away, but not before a young man nearby noticed her quiet distress. His name was Ethan, a college student heading home to Milwaukee after a semester abroad, his backpack slung over one shoulder like a badge of youthful adventure. Ethan hesitated at first, his own worries swirling. Final exams loomed, and he was grappling with the pressure of choosing a career path that felt right. But something in Clara's bowed head tugged at him, reminding him of his grandmother's stories about small acts making big differences. He approached slowly, offering a gentle smile. Without a word, he pulled a granola bar from his bag and held it out. Clara looked up, surprised, her voice soft as she accepted it. They exchanged a few words about the delays, the weather, but Ethan's simple gesture opened a door. He listened as she shared a fragment of her story, the loss that had brought her here. In turn, he confessed his fears about the future, and in that brief connection, Clara felt a spark of warmth amid her grief. As their conversation flowed, Clara mentioned the photo, pulling it out again. It was her and her best friend Lily, inseparable through grade school until Lily's family moved away abruptly when they were 12. A factory closure had forced the relocation to Texas, and in the era before social media, letters had dwindled, phone calls faded, and life pulled them apart. Clara had searched online over the years, but Lily's common last name, Johnson, yielded endless dead ends. Ethan, tech-savvy and empathetic, suggested a quick search on his phone. Together, they pieced together clues from the photo's background, an old Peoria landmark, and Ethan's fingers flew across the screen. No immediate luck, but he jotted down ideas, promising to email her if he found anything. Their flight gates called them apart, but Ethan's kindness lingered, a quiet reminder that strangers could become momentary anchors. Meanwhile, across the terminal, Lily paced near a coffee stand, her own life a tapestry of quiet struggles. Now a nurse in Dallas, she was flying to a medical conference in New York, but her mind was elsewhere. Her teenage daughter had recently been diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disorder, and the treatments were draining their savings. Lily's husband worked 2 jobs, but the stress was fracturing their family. She clutched her phone, scrolling through support groups, feeling the isolation of her burdens. A spilled coffee from a hurried passenger soaked her shoes, and in her frustration, she nearly snapped. But an elderly gentleman named Harold, waiting for his gate, stepped in. He offered napkins with a warm chuckle, then insisted on buying her a replacement drink. Harold, a retired teacher from Ohio, shared stories of his own losses, including a son who had battled illness young. His compassion eased Lily's tension, and as they talked, she mentioned her roots in Peoria, the friend she wished she could reconnect with amid her hardships. Harold, ever the connector, pulled out his tablet and suggested searching for old classmates. Lily described Clara, her laugh, her kindness, and Harold's eyes lit up. He had a knack for genealogy from tracing his family tree. They inputted details, and a social media profile popped up. Clara Thompson, now in Seattle, with a recent post about traveling to Peoria for personal reasons. Lily's heart raced. It was her. But the profile was private, and Lily hesitated to reach out cold after so long. Harold encouraged her, typing a draft message on her behalf, his steady hand guiding her through the vulnerability. As they parted, he slipped her a $20 bill for lunch, insisting it was nothing. Lily boarded her flight with renewed hope, the message sent, but doubts crept in. Would Clara even remember? Back in the main concourse, Clara's delay stretched on. She checked her email absent-mindedly and found a note from Ethan. He had cross-referenced the photo with online archives and found a mention of Lily in a Dallas Nursing Award article. Attached was a link. Clara's pulse quickened as she clicked through, confirming it was her old friend. Inspired, she searched further and discovered Lily's message waiting in her inbox. A tentative hello, a flood of memories, and an apology for the lost years. But the twist came when Clara realized Lily's flight details from the message. She was at O'Hare too, her connection delayed by the same storm system wreaking havoc across the Midwest. Clara's mind whirled with emotion. The airport, once a symbol of her solitude, now pulsed with possibility. She rushed to the information desk, but the attendant was overwhelmed. That's when a young mother named Sophia, juggling a toddler and luggage, overheard Clara's plea. Sophia, en route to visit family in Boston, had faced her own share of airport nightmares after losing her job recently. Touched by Clara's story, she offered to help, using her phone's app to track flights and locate Lily's gate. Together, they navigated the crowds, Sophia's child giggling and lightening the tension. Along the way, a security guard named Ramon, seeing their determination, bent protocol slightly to escort them faster, sharing how his own reunion with a sibling had changed his life. The emotional peak hit as Clara approached Lily's gate. Lily stood there, scanning the crowd anxiously, her face a mirror of the girl in the photo. Their eyes met across the terminal, and time folded in on itself. Tears streamed as they embraced, the years melting away in sobs and laughter. Lily shared her daughter's struggle, and Clara, drawing from her fresh grief, offered words of strength she hadn't known she possessed. They exchanged numbers, promising visits, and in that moment, the chain of kindness revealed itself. Ethan's granola bar, Harold's coffee, Sophia's guidance, Ramon's escort, all threads weaving them back together. As they sat waiting for their rescheduled flights, swapping stories of lives lived apart yet parallel, Clara felt a profound shift. The airport, a place of transience, had become a sanctuary of reconnection. Lily's daughter would get the support she needed, perhaps through Clara's network in Seattle's medical community, and Clara found solace in rediscovering a piece of her past amid her loss. In the end, this reunion wasn't just about two friends, it was a testament to how small acts of kindness ripple outward, touching lives in ways we can't foresee. It reminds us that in our busiest moments, pausing to offer a hand or a listening ear can bridge the widest gaps. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, subscribe to Pure Kindness Stories for more tales of hope and humanity, and share it with someone who needs a reminder of the power of compassion. After all, kindness is the thread that reconnects us all.